Okay, so let me wrap up the homework problem that we just did. I just want to clarify, make sure that you got the file that you just generated. It's this right here. So you're going to actually copy this file. Make sure you copy it. Go to whatever it is that you have, your file that you make sure you saved it in. And this is the homework directory, and make sure you paste it here. That replaces it. Alright. This is the file that is correct, that you want to send and submit to me. Right? So you would actually come in here and you just want to, either paste it in here and kind of replace it. So you want to replace and your old file with it. So copy replace. So if you, how do I know that? Well, look at the timestamp. It's more recent. And you open up this through a notepad. You can go in and open up as a notepad. So open with notepad, so you could see, making sure. Remember, we had to add that correction that's at the bottom of here. Okay. So that's why I want to add in is making sure that you upload the right proper file to me with it as well. I don't care about the class file, just give me the source code, I still compile it. Now I want to make sure what you compile, what you say you compile is right with it, and you email it to me with it. So if you have your class file, you can welcome to put it in here, that's fine. So in this file, when you're done with this file, with this homework in this folder, you're going to have three files: your miles per gallon.java, your miles per gallon.class, plus your screenshot output. It's three files. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Now let me minimize this thing and come back here and talk to you about the second problem. Is number 12 right here, number 12 in chapter 2. So this is on page 125 over here with it. It's called the string manipulator with this thing, right? So again, what I would do, since I have this already up here, why don't I do this? I want to do this. I want to snag this same skeleton that I have right here. I want to copy this thing, and I'm going to open up a new file. I'm going to paste, so let's just save some time here. This is number 12 with this, and if you're following along with this thing, so let me just gut out the content of this. Okay, and this now becomes what the name of this class is. Call this thing string manipulator. One word, I hate that word, manipulator. Okay, so I have to save this as string manipulator.java, right? So file, save as. Where am I going to put this thing? I'm going to put this into the folder that we just worked in, lab 2, and it's under homework, and it's under a folder called chapter 2 _ 12, and I'm going to call this thing string. I gotta see it. String manipulator. Okay, and make sure you do all files here, and make sure you click on .java. Okay, save. Alright, so here's what we need to do in this problem. It basically wants you to write a program that asks the user to enter in their name of his or her favorite city. Use the string variable to store the input. The program should display the following. So when you look at this thing, anytime you prompt the user to input anything, you got to have your scanner class. That's the first thing. So inside of this thing, you need to start to think about, what data type. Look, it says string character for city name. What data type do you think is good for that? Well, you need to actually have what string data type is for city. So we're going to call city string city. That's one of them. This will hold to hold the user's input. The other thing is, what we need to look at is, you gotta create your scanner class, man. So create a scanner object here. Okay, so if you went through and looked at the way how I did it for the first problem, use the scanner class name, give it a name, and then equal new scanner, and you use the method as the system in to store that into it. So I recommend you use the word keyboard. Keyboard seems to be pretty universal for most people to know that is the keyboard. So fill this in if you could for me, that you know that this is your scanner, and this one is what? New, and this is scanner right here. Okay, so this creates the object call keyboard, and you basically could access to reading the entire line right now with it. So here's what I like for you to do. You come down here and you take a look at your, you get the favorite city. This is part the first bullet, okay, with it, the first line with it. Get the favorite cities. Alright, so how do I prompt the user? You need to prompt the user to get the city. So prompt the user to type in, to input favorite city. Next, okay, so how do you prompt it? System out.print what? Please enter the name of your favorite city, colon, and a space. You need to read that in. How do you read that in? Well, guess what? So you need to be able to read in and store into city. So how do I read that in? Well, here's your variable called cities, and you have an object called keyboard. So use what you do know up there with it. Write this from keyboard, right? Dot what? What is that method that allows you to read the entire line? What is that method? Alright, so look that up. Okay, and that method is a string method that you can actually read the entire line in, because I had to put the word method is using left and right parentheses here. Excuse me. With it. So in this, the only method that actually reads the entire line in as a string is next line, uppercase L line, and all of that needs to be stored into what? This memory allocation called city. So you got that now. Now city now becomes the string data type with it, so you can do a lot with city right now with it. Now, so that's the first thing. This first thing is it tells, the first bullet says the number of the character in the city name. How do I get the number of the character in the city name? So I'm gonna walk you through this. I'm not gonna do this with you for you, but you need to be able to display the number of characters. Alright, so what method do you think that allows you to check the length of the string object called city? Okay, so that's how you want to output that. So you're going to say something along, prompt the user, output it when you system out dot print line, the number of character is colon in the string plus the object, which is what? City dot with the method name. Okay, look up what is that method to use to allow you to look at this city as an object. Okay, I'm not going to tell you. The next thing it tells you is the name of the city in all uppercase. Again, you need to be able to go in and display the name of the city in all uppercase. Okay, so what method is that? You know, there's a method there and it says tool. You know, what? I'm not going to tell you. But the dot syntax allows you to access the, you're still using the object called city, and what is the method to get everything uppercase? The other one is you're going to actually, of course, they want it to display the city in all lowercase. Okay, look up what that method is. And the last one, okay, relates to the, if you're familiar, you need to display the city, the first character in the city name. So what is that first character? Remember I was telling you about the char at and the position, alright? What position is that first letter? We're talking about position or elements, okay? So all of this right here, you need to store this into the folder that's called chapter 2, again, string manipulator, but it needs to be what? A Java file. So I need to come in here and put in my .java, okay, which I already did with it, but or else this thing won't compile. So I'm going to save it. I can't compile this thing because I don't have any code, but you saw what I did with the number 9. Okay? Very well. Good luck.